Peace. Welcome back to the Voices of Reason show. I'm your host, Skilo Slim, and today we got a very active member of the community in the building. My brother came, stopped by. I'm gonna slide it to him so he can introduce himself. My brother.
All right, man. First of all, thank you, Skilo, man, for having me on the show
Appreciate
today,
it, man. Thanks for being here, man.
It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I am your boy, the atomic one, Mr. George Zilla Brookings Jr., a.k.a. just call me Zilla. I just want to say this real quick. I'm cleaner than bleach water and cooler than polar bear sweat.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, but thank you, man, for having me on the show, man. It's an honor to be here, bro.
Oh, man, it's an honor for you to come, man. I appreciate when a brother like yourself, stop through, man.
Oh, man.
'Cause this is what it's all about, man. We got to uplift each other. That's what we do.
Absolutely. Man, I just, being a comedy, people don't know, man, I'm a comedian here in Omaha. 20 years.
Yeah, give them the whole rundown. Let them know.
Okay, well, I'm a comedian here in Omaha, man. Been doing it for 20 years, off and on, man. Hosting. I hosted some nice names, poetry, whatever, man. I've done it all. I recently just started a group called First String Comics. Very young, talented comedians, up and coming, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say their names real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
We got Kill Theodric, my nephew in comedy, man. Remember that name, Kill Theodric, because he's going to be all over the place. The brothers have been in the UK, Cali, won contests.
That's dope.
His partner in crime, Keonis Berry. I call him Spike Berry. He's always, if you look on YouTube, he's on, he makes all kind of funny skits, man. I'm in a few of them myself.
I'm about to check them out.
The queen of comedy, Carmela Anderson. All I got to say is, ain't no female in Omaha doing it like she doing it. And she just started a couple years ago. She older, man, and she's killing the game. I got my boy DC Cronin, young, up and coming. Your favorite light skin, that's his moniker. Your favorite light skin, you know what I'm saying? Up and coming, man. Jason Regan, he hosts Patties. Don Seeger, Cameron Loxton, Brandy Allure. I just wanted to shout out them. My man in the back, Wesley Williams, AKA Wet. Very instrumental dude in my life, man. This brother stuck by my side through everything, man. Y'all just watch and see, man. Up and coming, man. We got a lot going on. Matter of fact, we got a show called We, Us, and Ours that we do every Saturday. This how I met this brother. I seen him. Thank you for tuning in every week, as a matter of fact. And we try to help the community as well, man. I'm not just a comedian. I'm a father. I'm a businessman. I got a small trucking company. I got a small clothing company. That's why you always see me in different hats.
Right.
I'm the hat man, you know what I'm saying? And I just try to, working with Michael Phelps, Wesley Williams, with We, Us, and Ours, man. These brothers have actually transcended me into something that I didn't know I was gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thank God for that, first and foremost, that these brothers set a forum to where we could talk about helping the community, and it's also helping me as a man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as working with my kids and wife, you know what I'm saying, and working in the community, and just caring about what's going on in our community, man, because we got a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of issues.
We got a lot of issues, man. It ain't just the potholes.
Right. Yeah, that's the least of our problems.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of problems, man. But I just try to, I just try to give back where I can, man. Matter of fact, I got 2 up and coming. I'm doing benefits for the flood victims.
Okay.
And I got asked to co-host at the Rain on March 31st, I think it is. And then another one on April 2nd, I believe it is. I'm still trying to get the artillery, did I say that right? For that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to stay active in the community, man. I'm really trying to stay active in my comedy career, man. I'm trying to travel, man, and I'm just trying to get my story out, man, let people know my journey.
Well, see, speaking of your story, this is the first time you've been here with us, man. So I know comedy, stand-up comedy is like, in my opinion, one of the hardest things that a person could do.
Yeah.
So what motivated you to start doing that?
I'm glad you asked me that, man. So let me rewind back. My family, man, I come from, my mother was, God rest her soul, she just passed away maybe about 8 or 9 months ago. But she was the oldest of, my grandma had 16 kids, or 15 or 16. I can't never get it right. So my mom had 11 brothers and stuff. So my family was large, you know, my uncles, but everybody had, including my grandma, everybody was humorous.
Right.
Like when we get together, man, it was like going to a comedy show every time you go to a family gathering, you know what I'm saying? So it's always been in me, but I didn't realize, and this is gonna trip you out, I didn't realize that I was gonna be a comic until after I got stabbed. Okay, so now you're like, hey, we got stabbed. You gotta tell us that story.
Where
So-
did you see the funny in that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, check this out, man. I had, before I got stabbed, man, my homeboy, Samori Coles, I went to high school with. Samori Coles, when you check this out, he had wanted me to host like a car show. And he always thought I was, you know, a pretty hilarious dude. I never thought I was a comedian, but I was always a funny dude.
Yeah.
I was a meme, you know what I'm saying? I was a gangster first, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
street, but, you know, thank God, man, that I was able to come out of that and find where I'm at today.
Right.
But my homeboy seen something in me, so he asked me to do, host his car show, you know. I like, bet, I do it, you know, so I host the car show, man. In the midst of it, you know, I add my little funny to it, and I'm like, dang, man, I love this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before I got started, my ex-girlfriend, kind of crazy, I'm not gonna mention no names, but yeah, she stabbed me in the lung. Yeah, man, she stabbed me in the lung, man, went to the hospital, man, you know, and I just remember the whole, of course I'm gonna remember, but I guess I'm a little bit different than people because I try to find funny in everything, even tragic situations.
Right.
When you sit down after you run things back in your head 100 billion times, man, you be like, man, you know, after a while, you start seeing things differently, man. So I seen that situation differently, man. I remember going to the hospital, man. I remember I got stabbed in my yard.
Oh, yeah.
Right up the street from my yard, what's the hospital? Manual?
Manual, yep.
So I'm thinking they taking me to Manual. So I'm in there, stabbed, I'm bleeding. My mom in there holding my hand. Mom, where they taking me? They said St. Joe, Killer Joe.
Oh, man.
Man, I climbed. I tried to climb up out there. And they had to strap me down, man. I'm acting a fool, man. I'm like, no, not Killer Joe, man. I ain't trying to go up there, you know what I'm saying? And I just remember they hit every bump in Omaha, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was 25, man, I'm 47, so this is some years ago. So when I remember getting to the emergency room, and the doctor, you know, I talked to the doctor, kneel down. Don't ask me where this came from, but I think this is where my green light came in at. I asked the doctor to come down. He found out my name was George. Like, yes, George, what can I help you with? And I said, hey, doc. I said, she really stuck it to me, huh? And he said, what? I said, she got her point across, huh? He said, what, are you all right? I said, hell no, I ain't all right, man, I'm bleeding. But I took that and I found the funny in it, man.
Right.
And I said, God, if you let me get through this, I want to be a comedian.
Right.
You know, I wanted to take it to another level that I watched, you know, like I said, my family, we was all comics, you know, everybody was funny in that way, but I wanted to do it professional. So,
Right.
to make a long story short, I was dating this girl and she had a friend that was coming down from Minnesota. He was a comic. He was doing the show, a little set down at Joker's back in the days. I don't think Joker's exists no more, but it was downtown. But she invited me over to dinner to talk with him because she knew that I had some interest.
Right.
So I met with the dude, man, and man, when he first met me, man, he looked at me, he said, you know, just off a conversation, he said, you got what it takes. You got that third eye. I'm like, that third eye? Like, what you talking about? He like, you can see things that some people wouldn't find funny, or you can see things, you can find the funny in anything and make something out of it. You have a different type of personality to you. And he said, you got what it takes. And I'm like, man, really? So I was like, cool.
Yeah, that's...
So this guy, I hate that I can't remember this guy's name for nothing, man. I'm gonna find out.
That's how it is, though.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I'm gonna find him, man, because I owe him, man. Samorico and this guy right here, man, I owe a gratitude because if it wasn't for them two, I don't know where I would have been at as far as this adventure go. So he gave me the blueprint, man. He told me how to write. He said, practice in the mirror.
Oh, he laced you all
Oh,
the
he
way.
laced me up, man. And I had to ask him, though. I said, why do you practice in the mirror? I kind of knew the answer, but I wanted to make sure that he gave me the right definition, because just because I think I know something don't mean I know it. So
yeah.
he was like, practice in the mirror, you get to critique yourself. You get to see what the audience don't see. You know what I'm saying? When you up on stage, you don't get to see yourself. You don't see how the way you react. You don't get to see. All you see is a bunch of people staring at you, waiting to laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you up there, man, it's like I said. I hope that ain't my phone.
Sorry.
You know, you had to really give it your all. So practice in the mirror, I got to really see myself. You know what I'm saying? And man, some days, man, I'd be in there rolling. Like I would spend hours in my bathroom practicing. I'd be at work. I would do whole shows in my head. I could be driving. I would do shows and comic like bits in my head. That's how much I really loved and wanted to do this. For 5 years before I even got on stage. That's why I tell people I've been doing it for 20 years. So I've been writing this for 20 years and I've been practicing for 20 years. It actually in actuality, I've only been performing for 15 strong.
Right.
The extra 5 is the 5 years I put in before I even got on stage, because that's how serious I was, man. I practiced every day. I would come home from work. I'd be at work doing the show in my head.
Putting it together.
I tell my wife, hey, look, I'm in the bathroom. I lock it down. I wouldn't even let her read my stuff.
Right.
My jokes was like my babies. Like I had one guy, his name was Larry Lala. They used to have these shows over in at the casinos back in the days. So I used to always go on like, man, put me on.
Yeah.
Put me on. Didn't nobody ever want to put me on? So I would go to the bar and clown. I clown at the bar, man. Had everybody laughing, rolling. So one day, the first Larry's like, hey man, come up to my room, man. You know, he had one of the headliners up there, brought some more friends up there. You know, we all kicked it, you know, and so he wanted me to write jokes for him. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Them is mine. Anything I write or I put down from my creation, unless I decide not to do this no more, I'll perform it. I'll do it. These are my babies. It's just like my kids came from my creation, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
One of the things that, I guess one of the things I had to deal with, man, coming up trying to do this comedy thing, man, is I didn't stay consistent enough, you know what I'm saying? I would do a show, 1 or 2 shows here a year, you know, and I end up, I'm skipping around a little bit.
Oh, you good, bro.
But I had kind of got a little bit, I don't know, I guess you want to say bitter, man. I started becoming the Joe Budden of comedy.
Okay.
The old dude, you know what I'm saying? I seen
yeah.
all these young cats getting it in, man, and I kind of got a little bitter. I felt like, man, for a long time, I felt like I was getting passed over.
Right.
You know, so I was kind of getting upset about that, man. And I realized that it wasn't the fact that I wasn't getting passed over, I wasn't staying consistent enough. And I was turning my energies towards the wrong people. I'm gonna say his name, El Stuvo. Very young up and coming comic up here in Omaha, man. He's doing this thing.
Yeah.
We had a little problem at first, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was more of a respect thing. You know, me being the OG, you know, I feel like I should get my respect out here. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I felt like he didn't get it, man. But we communicate. The dude is doing this thing.
Definitely.
I don't hate on no comics. I love them all. This year, part of last year and this year, I was finally able to, I guess it's almost like a rebirth right now, man. Because now I'm coming into a comedy world that I wasn't into when I started out. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have all these forums and all that. So everything I did, man, I did myself and I did it my way. I was fortunate, man. God bless me, man. I was fortunate that every show I did, every show I hosted, every time somebody mentioned my name, it was because of what I had put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Putting that work in.
And yeah, man. And for 15, 20 years, I was able to stay consistent. It's just, I mean, I was able to always I always did something every year, but I wasn't as consistent as I am now.
Right.
Bro, like, man, since January, man, it's been on and popping.
Yeah. It seems like you're everywhere. You're everywhere.
Everywhere now, man. And it's cool, man, and I'm blessed, man. And I think a lot of that, too, because of the people that I met. I'm going to mention another name, Robert Wagner. I'm going to put his name out there, man. Last year, he had brought this dude named Mr. James. And Dylan Brooks is his real name. He does his skits called Mr. James on Facebook. There's a lot of internet comics that's up and coming, man, that's making big names for themselves. So we brought him up, or Robert brought him up, and I got to host that, man. In the midst of hosting that show, the new comics that I got on my team now, I met them through that show. And what I love about these young comics is, man, I go by 3 H's I came up with. You got to stay hungry, you got to stay hilarious, and you got to stay humble.
No doubt.
Those 3 things, man. You stick with those 3 things, you go far in life.
I agree with that.
Yeah, man, you got to, man. The one thing that I messed up was I didn't stay hungry. I always stay hilarious, because I'm that dude. and I always stay humble, man, because I always tell people, man, no matter how far you get up on the ladder, man, remember, the people you pass up, you can always fall off that ladder, man. And the people that you pass up, if you weren't humble, they're just gonna let you fall. Yeah. But if you treat people right on your way up, if you do fall down, they're gonna snatch you up and grab you before you hit the ground. You feel me?
Yeah, man, that's
so
real,
always stay humble, man. You know, another thing I always live by, man, I always tell people, man, you know, well, I guess I already said that, man, you know, just always be your biggest critic, man. I had to learn that. I had to learn that a little bit younger in life, man, because I used to always worry about what people say.
Right.
And when you worry about what people say, it tends to hinder you.
Definitely.
Because you're so worried about what a person gonna say, what they, you know.
Like you're not really being yourself because you don't want to get criticized.
Exactly. Man, I don't care now.
Yeah.
Because I'm
That's
doing me.
I'm
Yeah, I'm doing me, man, you know, and you know, at the end of the day, some of the people that criticize you, they only criticize you because something ain't right in their life. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, man, always, you know, humble yourself and help other people along the way, man. That's the biggest thing, man, I think that that I love about this year, man, that when I step into these clubs that I didn't used to go in, these like the Barleys and the back lines.
Yeah, yeah.
When I step into these clubs now, man, you know, these people know who I am, and they show me respect and love, and I love that, bro.
Yeah, that is a beautiful feeling.
I love it, man. Like, even tonight, and you had El Mac on here.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. That's like family to us.
Man, he's a cool dude, man. El Mac is putting on the comedy show tonight. We're putting on the comedy show tonight down at my place on 24th. I'm plugging it. On 24th, Alpha Lake. And El Mac is putting this show on in my dedication, man. That's big to me. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I lost so much over this past year, man. Losing my mom was the biggest thing in my life, man. You feel me? She was my everything. And now, now to have these certain people step in my life, man, and no one's ever gonna fill her void completely. Right. But I got people that's in that place to help fill some of them voids that I need to be filled. And man, this year, hey man, I'm having such a blast, bro. Like I said, I thank El Mac, you know, for putting me on tonight, man. I'm trying to make a lot of moves myself. Like I said, with my first string comic team, I'm trying to put together a promo package and everything, man. And I got something set up for Kansas City in June. I'm trying to make some moves. Like I never performed out. You know where I performed out of town at?
Where?
Council Bluffs.
That's it.
That's as far as I ain't even been to Lincoln yet. You
right.
know, but 20 years, man. Like I look at it, man. And when I look at them numbers, man, I be saying it to myself. We had a little comedy roast for my birthday this past Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, they tried to tear me up. It was lovely though. It was fun, man. But I realized, man, you know, I was laughing, you know, but they kept bringing that 20 years. I'm like, dang, that's a long time. But then I look back at it, the 20 years, I've accomplished a lot, but I still ain't accomplished enough for where I feel satisfied. Right. Like I said, I want to travel. Right now, I wanted to get my team together. You just fulfilled one of my dreams today, this interview. I've been waiting for this, bruh.
Hey, man, well, that's what we do,
man. I've been waiting for this for a long time, man.
That's what we do,
This is a long time coming, man, because I've been wanting people to, you know, get my story out, man. You know, when I do it on Facebook Live, you're like, boy, you always on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I love the camera, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But
ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know, but just having a forum like this, man, to be able to speak out and let people know what I'm about, man, you know. And like I tell people, man, I'm more than just a comedian, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm an activist.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
even you
Yeah,
know.
tell us a little bit about the We, Us, and Our show.
Man,
How did that come together?
Well, check this out, man. How now the original? I wasn't part of the original plan of We Us and Ours. You know, they was established. And my partner, I don't know how many years they've been established, but Michael Phelps, it came to me. I want to say about maybe 5 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that, and asked me, you know, do I want to be, you know, a moderator on the show? You know what I'm saying? He just felt like I fit in. You know, I was on the show before as a guest. And at first I was like, man, you know, I ain't deep like y'all, brother. Like, them brothers is deep, man. You hear them?
Yeah,
man, they deep, man. They got a lot of knowledge, man. They book smart, man. They know their history, their religion. They know all that, man. And I be sitting on there like,
I don't know.
but you know what? I fit in nicely, man. So how it came about, he asked me to come on the show and be part of the show, man. And I'm glad I did because I learned so much from them brothers, man. We Us and Ours is about the community, man. They you know, we talk about everything from mental illness to racial profiling to police brutality to certain religions to abuse. Man, we talk about everything, man. Everything in the community.
I try not to miss it.
Man, and I see you in there all the time, man. That's why I'm so glad I was able to finally meet you, bro. You know, because you tune in every week, man.
Definitely.
And I'm learning every day. I go to every Saturday I go to that show, man. I get something out of it, you know, just like the people do. I feel like I get just as more as the people watching because even though I'm sitting right there, I get to hear my brothers talk about something that we all are a part of, or just our community. Right. Especially when you this color, bro. When you know the black skin, man, we get attacked all over, man. You know what I'm saying? So to able to sit as black men and sit down and talk about it, man, and try to come up with solutions, you know what I'm saying? The solution part is the hard part to me because I always feel like, you know, the stuff we talk about, they've been talking about it for
years,
talked about
years
it
and decades.
They talked about it in the 90s, talked about it in the 80s, talked about the 70s, 60s. But what I love what we're doing is we still talking about it, you know what I'm saying, and get some people aware. The proof is in the pudding as far as the action go, you know what I'm saying?
That's where it all boiled down to.
The hard part about putting action to that is, as you know, we don't got no militaries and we don't on this. I mean, we was to revolt right now, we probably get slaughtered, you know what I'm saying?
So that don't always got to be the answer.
No.
That's what we try to do with our show is to show people that it might seem as if, like in these situations, we talk about our community, right? It's like an extreme of what we need, and then it's a medium, because everybody's not going to be to the extreme.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, by us doing this, we do our platform, and we say that we the people's media.
Absolutely.
So that means that like we bring people like you in, we shine a light on you, and hoping that the people who watch our show connect with you, and that boosts you up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's like we all boost each other up to where we're strong enough so we can stand and be independent.
And that's what I love, man. That's what I love, that seeing brothers come together and do that, man. Because a lot of people got this misconception that brothers, we can't get along with one another. No, man, we can get along with each other fine. It's the mindset. If you come with the right mindset, anybody can get along. If you come into a common ground and come in like, hey, we all for the community, you know, you always get that one person want to come in and want to be disruptive and throw the whole ship away, you know, and be like, oh man, we're gonna do it like this. No. Come with the mindset to want to heal and come together and make things work out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me happy, man, when I see my brothers come together, man.
Me too. That's what I love to see.
Especially with the area I came from. You know, I came from the gang banging era. You know, by the time I got to high school, that's when, man, Christmas Bloods ran crazy gangs. You know, either you was gonna be part of this or you wasn't. And unfortunately, I was part of something that I didn't even belong in. You feel me? I was never supposed to be a gang member. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the way my mom raised me. But unfortunately, I did. I did get involved. I seen a lot of people die. You know, I watched people get killed in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I almost got, I done been held at gunpoint 3 or 4 times myself. Thank God I'm still here, man, to tell this story, man. But
yeah, you're here to be doing this stuff you're doing now.
man. And you know, I don't regret too many things in my life because the hardships I went in my life is a lesson for somebody else. I used to work with kids. I used to work at CSI as a youth counselor. I used to be a visitation specialist, so I worked with kids, man. You know, them troubled kids would come in. You know, a lot of them was gang member kids, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't get along with the staff too well, you know what I'm saying? Because the staff didn't understand me. When I talked to them and came with them with that real, they respected me, they understood what I was talking about, and I was able to get through with them, you know? So I was able to sit down and, man, talk with them kids, pray with them kids. And
they come across different from somebody who lived it.
And man, I done seen a couple of them out there, man, that done bettered their life and then came up to me, man, to say, man, it was because of you that I changed. Bro, you know how that make me feel, man?
Man, that's a good feeling, man.
That's a blessed, man. It's a real good feeling. It makes my heart, you know, when I see these kids, you know, they grow up, hey, Mr. I had one dude like, I'm modeling now, man. Like, I see you, bro. You know, one dude like, I'm about to get married, or you know, I'm in college over here, man. That made me feel good, you know. I had one boy though, broke my heart because I knew we had a heart-to-heart talk, and he let me know what he was gonna do if he ever made it out, and he did exactly what he said he did, and he killed 2 people. You know, and even to this day, it kind of, I don't know, man, kind of haunts me a little bit because I told everybody that this was gonna happen. Right. You know, it's kind of scary when you know something's gonna happen, especially when something tragic and it comes to pass and just like, man, I wish it didn't. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
And that's what make community work so hard, because when you actually doing the work, you connecting to the people.
Absolutely.
It's not about statistics and ideas. Pardon. And that's the hard part. Yeah. I always feel, because I've been in similar situations, like, man, I see it for you, and it just like slip past. Right. You know, it's one of those things. But we coming to the end, man. It don't take long.
I see.
So we're gonna definitely have to have you come back, man. But
man, it's a pleasure, man.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna definitely come back, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do it a couple times, man.
Man, I'm here, man. I'll be part of it, you know what I'm saying?
Real, yeah, man.
I love
come
it
through,
for man.
So before we get up out of here, let people know how they can get in touch with you to, you know, book you, whatever you wanna. This your moment to say.
All right, well, you know what?
Right
Here's the thing. I got a Facebook page, you know, regular Facebook page. I do got a George Zilla fan page, you know. I got my first comic Facebook group page. I do a lot of Facebook group pages. Like I said, I'm kind of old school, so I haven't really did the booking part yet. Yeah. But if you want to reach me, you can always look at George Zilla Brookings or hit me up on my messenger. Like everybody do. No doubt. No doubt. That's how I get booked and everything. Now I get them, oh, somebody hit me up. Hey, what's up, man? You know, so just hit me up. I'm very easy to find, man. Like I said, I always tune in every Saturday between 5 and 7. Watch We, Us, and Ours. Tonight, like I said, I'll be down on 24th and Lake at my place. Dedication to me. I'm gonna bring that funny near the end. You know how I do. My boy and them, they're having a show March 30th down at the Verdict. They're bringing in a dude named Barry Brewer, another comic. I told him to check that out. Tickets tonight, CLMAC, they're $10. Other than that, it's $15 at the door. Let me see if I got anything else. I love my wife and kids. No doubt. I want to thank Skilo, man, for having me on the show, man.
Pleasure,
thank you, man. This was cool, man. I would love to come back whenever you want me, man. Let me come back, man. And y'all thank y'all for tuning in and listening to my story, man. You know,
no doubt.
It's a lot to me.
No doubt. We're gonna have to dig in deeper too, because like I just want to commend you, you know what I mean, for your hard work, and like the story you just told to me is like a story of resilience, you know what I'm saying? And I always got to salute that, you know.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
People, you know, we doing our thing and we got our team, and it always inspired me to see other people doing their thing, and that's where I draw my inspiration. So like a brother like you, I'm seeing you popping up everywhere. I'm like, yeah, keep working. We all working. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, man.
So, you know, I just want to say that to you.
Glad I'm popping up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's how you working, man.
I'm glad to be popping up, man. I love that, man.
That's what happens, man. So, hey, once again, like I always say, you know, y'all can check us out, you know, voicesofreasonshow.com, you know, and give us some feedback, man. Let us know what y'all think. And I'm going to see y'all again next time. Peace.